Alright, what's up everybody? It's your boy Akeem and welcome to today's vlog. Week 15 of the 2014 NFL fantasy season. This is the second week of your semifinals for fantasy football. This is going to be very important to see which teams will survive. Now for this vlog, I'm here to talk about the quarterbacks to start for this particular week. And I start things off with my start of the week, Jay Cutler of the Chicago Bears against the New Orleans Saints. Now, yes, Jay Cutler has been a little bit up and down this year, but he has been good against favorable matchups, and the Saints' pass defense has been pretty dreadful. I do like this start particular for this week. Next particular quarterback, Mark Sanchez of the Philadelphia Eagles. I do like this pick. Now, last week I told you guys that you should not use him against the Seattle Seahawks, but this week against the Dallas Cowboys, an NFC East rival matchup, this is a big division game for these two teams. I think that Mark Sanchez can give you at least 20 points for this week in fantasy play. Next up, Big Ben Roethlisberger of the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta has been struggling defensively against the pass. I think that Roethlisberger can have a great matchup. Now, I have a couple of players in particular that I believe that you should bench this week. Start with Ryan Tannehill of the Miami Dolphins. Now, for most of the season, especially weeks ago, earlier in the season, Tannehill has actually shown a little bit of promise for you guys in fantasy play. Now, he's been struggling for the past couple of weeks against the New York Jets, where he only posted 8 points. And then last week against the Baltimore Ravens, he did get a mediocre 15 points. This week, he's going to be playing against a New England pass defense who has been doing pretty good this season. And Darrelle Revis is actually one of the vote getters for this year's Pro Bowl. Next up, Colin Kaepernick of my San Francisco 49ers against the Seattle Seahawks. Kaepernick has much of a disappointment in quarterback play, not only for fantasy, but even as a future for my 49ers. He's been struggling a little bit, not too bad, still doing better than RG3, but Kaepernick just needs to improve a lot, but he's going to be playing against that tough Seattle defense. I do not like him for this week. Now, another player, Andy Dalton against the Cleveland Browns. We already know this is a terrible matchup, -3 points at home against the Browns. Do not start Andy Dalton. And one particular player who's a little bit in the scare list for this week, a scare quarterback, Tony Romo of the Dallas Cowboys playing against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, he has been doing pretty good this season, and Philadelphia has been struggling against the pass. But Tony Romo, and throughout his career and his 6 career starts, he has been struggling at Philadelphia. 8 touchdowns to just 6 interceptions. Needs to do a lot better. This is a scare for you guys. And one player in particular who's a big-time sleeper this week is Eli Manning of the New York Giants against the Washington Redskins. And in their first matchup at Washington, Eli posted 45 big fantasy points for that particular matchup. And I think he could be a great sleeper this week to replace Tony Romo. But if you're scared of Tony Romo, fade away from Tony Romo. But if you still want to go with Tony Romo, go right ahead if you feel like it, because Philadelphia has been pretty bad against the pass this season. Now, I have a couple more blocks to upload for today. The next video you're gonna see is my top running backs to bench and start for this week. Thank you for watching this vlog. I'm your man Akeem McCall. Be easy.